It's for real this time, Tone. From here on, you'll be put to the true test. First, conquer this wretched Divine Beast Cave and find Dran's lair. That's your first goal. Since you're a beginner, I'll give you a lesson on how to fight in the dungeon. First, to advance to the next floor in a dungeon, acquire a gate key for the door leading to the next floor. Each dungeon has a different gate key. For the Divine Beast Cave, Dran's Crest will be the gate key. The gate key is almost always carried by a monster in the dungeon. You must defeat the monster to acquire the gate key. Since you can't tell which one has the key, you just have to defeat them all one by one. Next, I'll tell you about how to return to the ground level, rather than advancing to the floor below. To return to ground level, mind connect with me. In other words, speak with your mind. When you do this, I will transport your body to the ground level, just to let leave dungeon from the main menu. But be aware that there are monsters left on the floor. The mind connect won't work. It will be blocked by their evil energies. In such cases, use the item Escape Powder to get out on your own. The Norune village chief has lots of it, so be sure to get it before you go. You can also mind connect with me when you go through the gate to the next floor of a dungeon. When you re-enter the dungeon, you can start at the next new level, so you don't have to worry about losing progress. Next, it's on to weapons. Be aware that weapons are breakable. The more you use a weapon, the more it wears, and finally it breaks. Broken weapons will disappear. To prevent weapons from breaking, use the item Repair Powder. It will restore their weapon HP. The longer you use a weapon by repairing, the more magic it absorbs from monsters, and thus becomes stronger. It's said that when a weapon reaches its full strength, it can change into a more powerful form. Keep that in mind. Oh, I cast a special spell on the dagger you have on you, so it'll never disappear. But all the new weapons you will get during the quest will disappear once they break, so be careful. Don't waste your hard work by letting a weapon break and disappear. Finally, the important stuff. The sphere Atla, where I protected and sealed the fragments of the world. If you see an Atla, don't hesitate to touch it. You can absorb the contents of an Atla into Atlamelia by touching it. When you return to the surface, you will be able to begin reassembling these fragments of the world. Oops, today's lesson ran a little long. That's it for the lecture today. Now, Tone, show me your true ability on this quest. Yeah, that was a little long. But, this will be going for the next few floors. The Fairy King's lectures will serve as tutorials for the game. So, I should probably point this out, first of all, that the floors, the dungeon floors in this game are randomly generated. In other words, the floor's layout will never be the same way twice. And the treasures are also random as well. Wow, picked up a new weapon already. Let's see. I'll just equip this. There we go. Oh. And it's a pretty strong one, too. And our first Atla. So yeah. I'm pretty sure you know this already, but the top left show your statistics. Hearts represent your character's health. Sword represents your weapon's health. And the canteen represents your thirst meter. Over time, the thirst meter will decrease. And if you don't restore by drinking any water-type items, your health will begin to deteriorate. So whatever you do... Oh. Yes. Some monsters will inflict status effects. Like, for example, the cave bat just inflicted us with poison. To cure it, just take this antidote drink. And, a few other things I should mention. The map, no matter which dungeon you go to, 2 key items will always appear on the floors. The map, which will show the layout of a given floor, and the magic crystal, which shows the locations of all Atla, treasure, and monsters. And that is Dran's crest. And on the map, it'll see the green point shows where you entered, and the yellow point is the exit. Sometimes there will be doors that will require keys to open. Of course, the kind of key you find depends on the dungeon. Just like the gate key. So, for Divine Beast Cave, the bone key will act as the door. Oh, here's another surprise. Sometimes when you open a big chest, instead of a weapon, someone called the Happy Clown will appear, and it will present you with 2 boxes. And both items are random, so it's up to you to decide which box you want to open. You'll never know what you get, but sometimes the results can be good. Also, it's imperative that you make sure to collect all the Atla on a given floor. You can know how many you got by checking the floor, checking which floor you enter. Oh, and once the weapon meter starts blinking, that usually means it's time to start using repair powder. So, let's use it right now. There we go. I'll just meet you once I get to the next segment here. Oh, looks like my thirst meter is nearly out. So I'll go ahead and use my tasty water. And thirst meter is refilled. There. This should be the last of the Atla on this floor. So... Some of the big chests are rigged with a trap, and you'll have to guess the trap if you don't have a treasure chest key. But I guess I got pretty lucky. I mean, 2 weapons on 1 floor. Of course, it's always good to have a backup weapon in case your first weapon breaks. So now we use the gate key here, and we're moving on. But let's head back for now. Haha, seems you finally came back with some Atla. Very well, then. I shall teach you as I promised. The pieces sealed inside Atla are released by touching the Atla with your left hand, where the power of Atlamelia resides. Buildings and people that were sucked into the Atlamelia will be restored to their original form. Once you bring them back to the ground level, you can arrange them as you wish. By going back and forth between the dungeon and ground level, you can restore the earth to its original form. That's your mission as the one who was granted the power of Atlamelia. Now, let us move on. This may get a bit technical. If you want to place buildings, etc., press select while walking and go to edit mode. Press the select button again to return to walking mode. In edit mode, you can reassemble buildings that have fallen apart and place them on the ground. Seeing is believing. Try it yourself. Must be faster than listening to my lecture. Oh, yes, and if you ever forget the things I teach you, use this. It's a guide for using Atlamelia and other things. I wrote it for beginners like you. Manual can be selected from the main menu. Read it really carefully. Okay, I'll leave the world's reconstruction to you. I'll be watching. So long. Now that we got our first Atla pieces, let's see what we got so far. Alright, let's set this one here. Now over here. Of course, by placing people, sometimes the points will have question marks, and you won't know what goes where. So, placing people first will probably be a priority. Oh, and yes, another thing I should mention. While placing down houses, sometimes small chests will appear. They usually contain items and attachments. So when you talk to someone and say, "Tell me how to rebuild your house," they'll tell you what they need. And how should I? And if you ask how should I build said village, they'll give hints on where their houses should be placed, or they'll ask where their houses should be placed. For the Macho Brothers' house, they want to near someplace where they could get a good workout, seeing as they like to have a good fight. And also, should you run out of supplies, go back to the mayor and he'll restock. So, with that in mind, instead of going all the way back to the gate, just select Go to Dungeon, and you'll automatically enter the Divine Beast Cave again. Huh? What's a cat doing all the way down here? Is it lost? Anyway, now we're on the next floor. So let's see what we can find in this one. Alright then. And in this one, stand-in powder. Ooh, power-up powder. That's a really good item. It allows you to upgrade. It allows you to upgrade any weapon you're carrying on the spot, no matter how much your abs meter is. And if you're confused what I'm talking about, the abs meter is the small blue line under your weapon HP. Once it's full, you can then upgrade your weapon. More on that later. Oh, and sometimes in floors, springs will appear. Stepping foot in these springs will automatically restore your health and thirst. Oh yes, the next status effect, Curse, which can only be cured using holy water. And when you're inflicted with Curse status, you can't switch weapons. I don't think it'll be a problem at this point. So, alright then. Let's see. Now that we, oh look, looks like we're gonna need another key. And, oh, I think that's one of the items Macho asked for. Well, let's see what else we can find down here. Ooh, more repair powder. You can never have enough. Jeez. See? Now that our abs meter is full, we can now upgrade it. Weapons that can be built up have a build-up meter. And the ones in red are the ones that still need building up. Now I should probably explain them. The left one is for their statistics, meaning attack, endurance, speed, and magic. The middle one is for their elements. And the third is for efficiency against monster types. So all monsters have some sort of weakness. It's only common sense. So depending on what attachments you put in when upgrading, it could be really helpful in the long run. But I'll get back to you on that later. Oh, that's fair. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back out again. So, next we're gonna put in the annex room and the barbell. And, oh, there's an Comancho. Oh. Then I guess the other person must be inside the house. Comancho. He's who is actually Macho's older brother. So, looks like you'll need a fence and a lamp. I think we can arrange that. Okay, here's the lamp. And the fence. Voila! Once you complete a house, an event will show up. Event will show up. Which means once you go into said person's house, you'll receive a reward upon completion. Sometimes some of the events will help you advance the storyline. So, Camacho thanks Toan for fixing the place, and for reward, a stonebreaker accessory. Hey, that's mine. Hey, bro, what do you think you're doing? Like I always tell you, what's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine. That's how things between big brothers and little brothers should be. I can't take this anymore, bro. We're gonna settle this with a battle. Oh, really? Ready when you are. I guess some differences can only be settled with their fists. But yeah, it looks like I may need to replenish my supplies a bit. Looks like I got 2 of them. But looks like we're running out of time here, so next time we'll continue in the Divine Beast Cave. This is MD901.